Hello and welcome to another episode of LyraPulse, where we decode the forces shaping the business world and help you stay ahead of the curve. I'm Bhakti, a strategy consultant with front row seat to shifting sands of our industry. Today's episode is all about a trend that's been quietly gaining traction and is now impossible to ignore. I'm talking about boutique consulting firms. These nimble, highly focused players are doing something that seemed unthinkable a few years ago. They're challenging the consulting giants, and in some cases, they are winning. Now, don't get me wrong, McKinsey, BCG, Bain, and the Big Four still command massive market share. The revenues are astronomical. But there's something new happening beneath the surface. Boutique firms are not just surviving, they are thriving, especially in high value niches. Now, let's unpack what that means and what it tells us about the future of consulting. First, let's get clear on what we mean by boutique consulting firm. These firms are typically small, under 500 employees, often much smaller, and they focus on a specific industry, function, or expertise. Think cybersecurity strategy, post merger digital integration, supply chain optimization in medtech, or sustainability audits in retail. Whereas the big firms aim to be everything to everyone, boutique firms zoom in, and that laser focus gives them a real edge. One industry observer put it well: boutique consulting firms are specialized in specific niche and don't offer general consulting to their clients, and that specialization is paying off. The consulting market used to be a fortress. Clients defaulted to Big Three or Big Four for almost every problem. Today, not so much. Let's look at numbers. In 2018, the Big Four accounted for roughly 37% of global consultancy market. Deloitte alone held 11%. Fast forward to 2023, BCG hit $12.3 billion in revenue, noticing its 20th consecutive year of growth. Impressive, right? Absolutely, it's really impressive. But at the same time, boutique firms are carving out more and more market share. A 2025 report states clients are seeking nimble, specialized provider, and boutique firms are answering the call. That's not just rhetoric. These firms are winning bids, sometimes when they are more expensive than big players, which brings us to key point. So, what's behind the shift? It comes down to three client expectations. First, specialized knowledge. Second, personalized attention. And third, real results, not just PowerPoint decks. Let's start with specialization. If you're a fintech startup, looking to streamline your regulatory compliance with AI, do you want a generalized firm with a slick pitch deck or a boutique firm that's done this exact thing 10 times in the past year? Clients today are more discerning. They want depth over breadth. They want results, not just framework. Next, personalization. Boutique firms, by their very nature, can develop closer, more responsive relationships with their clients. It's not just unusual for a managing partner to be directly involved on a day-to-day basis. That's rare in 20,000-person firm. And finally, agility. Smaller firms can pivot fast. They are not buried in layers of hierarchy or bureaucracy. In rapidly evolving industry, tech, healthcare, sustainability, that agility is gold. Now, let's drill down into what boutique firms are doing differently and better in some cases. First, deep domain expertise. This is their bread and butter. One source said, small firms excel at niche expertise. If you need deep knowledge of a specific industry or problem, you might get better results from a boutique. These firms live and breathe their niche. And when a client problem aligns perfectly with that expertise, it's a win win. Second, cost efficiency. Now, this doesn't mean cheaper. In fact, boutique firms charge a premium, but they tend to be more efficient, offering a better value relative to big firms' bloated overhead. Third, stronger relationships. A study from APQC highlighted that clients value firms that create strong partnerships. With fewer clients, boutique firms can go deeper and stick around longer. Not just advise, but help implement. Fourth is agility and flexibility. When priorities change mid project, sometimes that happens all the time. Boutique firms can adapt overnight. That's hard for a 100-page organization chart to replicate. Now, it's not all upsides. Boutique firms do face real limitations. They often lack the global scale to manage multinational rollouts. Their brand recognition is slow, which can be a deal breaker for risk averse clients. And they make the lack the resources or they may lack the resources or bandwidth to manage multiple large scale engagements simultaneously. So, yes, boutiques are impressive, but they are not a silver bullet. That said, there are some jaw dropping stories that just how competitive these firms have become. One standout, a boutique consulting firm won a Euro 3 million digital transformation project against a big four firm, even though they were Euro 180,000 more expensive. Why? They had a signature methodology built through years of post merger integration work. They didn't just show credentials, they showed understanding. They tailored their pitch to the client's pain points. That's the power of specialization and client intimacy. So, where is this all going? Three big trends to watch: collaborative collaboration over competition. We are seeing more partnership between big and small. A global firm might bring a boutique on board for specific expertise, say climate risk modeling, or AI ethics while managing the broader transformation. Second, technology as an equalizer. Tech is leveling the playing field. Boutique firms now have access to the same digital tools, project platforms, and data analytics as the giants. They are running lean but sophisticated operations. Third, changing client expectations. Clients don't just want recommendations anymore, they want execution, commitment, and accountability. As one observer put it, the desire is warning for bright young consultants to parachute in, drop a deck, and vanish. Clients want partners, and boutique firms are positioned to deliver exactly that. So, are boutique firms beating McKinsey, BCG, or Bain? In total market share, no. In revenue, still no. But in relevance, in client loyalty, and in specialized win, absolutely. They are not toppling the giants, they are reshaping the battlefield. And in many ways, they are rewriting the rules. The future of consulting isn't a winner takes all game, it's about diversity of approach, depth of expertise, and genuine client value. And on that front, the rise of boutique consulting firms is a story every business leader and every consultant should be watching closely. That's it for today's episode of LyraPulse. If you enjoyed this conversation, be sure to subscribe, leave a review, and share it with your network. Got a topic you want me to cover? Shoot me a message. Until next time, stay curious, stay focused, and as always, stay strategic.